Good morning, friends. The 1977-1978 5-test series will continue that. Australians ahead with 2-0. Indians, despite playing some very good cricket and creating winning opportunities, fumbled and lost those two matches as we have seen very closely. Yet it was 0-2 down, and the cricket pundits predicted an Australian rout and predicted that Australia would win the series at Melbourne itself 3-0 down. Indians, on the other hand, though they played well, were looking down the barrel. So when the Melbourne test started, the dice was heavily loaded in favour of Australia. And true to the predictions, Indians, after batting first, found themselves in a difficult situation with both Gavaskar and Chetan Chauhan back in the hut for zeros. Jeff Thompson and Wayne Clark bowled a hostile opening spell. As has been the pattern, Mohinder Ramanath came to the rescue in the company of Gundappa Vishwanath. Played the initial overs very cautiously, and after the initial new ball threat was over, settled down to play some good shots, and they steadied the innings. Both Vishwanath, on the other hand, was also in fine form. Both of them managed to put a century partnership and lift India from that 0-2. At 105, Vishwanath got out, but Vengsarkar became the fourth wicket partner quickly, batting well. He scored 37, but Amarnath was playing brilliantly. But just as it looked that Amarnath would continue, he got out for 72. There was useful contributions from Ashok Mankar and Syed Kirmani, and Indians finished with 256, a very respectable total considering the disastrous start that they had. In reply, Australians were cruising along at 122 for 2 with Gary Cozier 67 and Craig Sargent 85 leading them. But a brilliant spell of bowling by Chandrasekhar, who was mixing his googlies and fastest ones, triggered a collapse, and from 122 for 2, Australians were all out for 213. Chandrasekhar picking up 6 wickets for 52 runs. Indians got a lead of 43, and the situation seemed in favour of India now. The Indians now required to bat well in the second innings. As has been the pattern, Gavaskar, who had scored centuries in the first two test second innings centuries, again was in very good touch in the second innings this time, scoring 118 runs. Gundappa Vishwanath again scored a 50. Ashok Mankar and Mohinder Ramanath contributed 38 and 41. Indians posted a very healthy 343 and put up a target of 387 for Australia to win the series. But this time there was no heroics from Night Watchman or the consistent Peter Tohi. Bishan Singh Bedi and Bhagavat Chandrasekhar combined to bowl the Australian house for 164. Chandrasekhar again was bowling brilliantly, had again identical figures of 6 for 52 to make it a memorable match for him. 12 for 104. Australians were all out for 164. That meant Indians had won by a huge margin of 222 runs. At last, after 11 unsuccessful attempts, in which there were 10 defeats and 1 drawn game, Indians managed to win their first test match in the Australian soil, thanks to Gavaskar's second innings 100, Mohinder Ramanath and Vishwanath's rescue act in the first innings, Chandrasekhar's brilliant bowling. Indians at last had something to cheer about. So Indians pulled one back, and it was 2-1 in this test series. Let us see what happened at Sydney. Meanwhile, it was party time for the Indians. Thank you for listening. Have a good day and a week ahead.